Alex Hormozi just made the largest investment of his life, his words, not mine. And in this video, I want to break down how we're going to use this to our advantage to make a ton of money in 2024. And I promise you, no one is talking about doing it in this way. So if you stick with me through this video, you're going to have the tools and the knowledge to basically change your life in this new year. So let's jump into it. All right, guys, let's not waste any time. Let's jump into the big news. So guy on the left, you probably know who he is, Alex Hormozi, author of $100 million offers, $100 million leads, who recently has, exploded. And he's just been super well known over the last couple of years, all over social media. Guy on the right, you might not know who he is. Sam Ovens is the founder and owner of Skool, which Alex Hormozi just made a massive investment into. If you don't know what Skool is, essentially it is an online platform. It's used to house like online courses and mentorships, house paid communities, also like a community aspect where you can, comment back and forth, do polls, have conversations with people in a group, which is super cool. Sam Ovens, actually, a funny story, I probably would not be making this video if it weren't for Sam Ovens. I jumped into one of his original courses, first online course that I bought back in about 2015, 2016. So again, super OG in the space, really, really good at what he does. So this is the post that Alex put out the other day. Is basically said, hey, huge announcement, just made the largest investment of my life into Skool.com, platform with millions of users that makes starting your own online business simple, easy, and fun. Not only has he been talking about it on his Instagram, on his YouTube, on his email list, really, really hyping this stuff up and getting people to start businesses and start their online communities. Alex Hormozi is always talking about how he wants to become a billionaire. Obviously he's worth, $100 million at this point, just through all of his businesses. So he obviously has a vested interest now more than ever to push as many people as possible into this group. So you're probably asking at this point, Aaron, what are you talking about? Like you always talk about remote closing. Like, are you now telling me to just ditch that? And should I start a business and try to build a Skool group? Well, the answer is no. Because there's actually a way that we can make a ton of money without starting a group, but still leverage off the back of this massive announcement and still kind of go with the flow, but at the same time, really capitalize on all the people that are going to be going for and try to build their own business and build their Skool groups. Now you might be saying, okay, Aaron, like what data do you have backing that I shouldn't start an online business and I shouldn't follow what Alex Hormozi is saying? A couple different reasons here. First things first is, like I said, Alex Hormozi has a vested interest in as many people as possible coming to Skool, making communities, and just really bringing in paid members. They introduced this thing called the Skool Games. So the Skool Games, basically what it is, and the biggest thing that I saw here is the top 10 of the leaderboards win a one day with Alex Hormozi and me, being Sam Ovens, at his Vegas HQ, where they're going to basically collaborate and really figure out how to blow up their businesses. So what that means is, both these guys are worth a ton of money. So now what's going to happen is there's going to be thousands, if not tens of thousands of people that are all going to be doing the same thing. They're all going to be trying to build paid communities. They're all going to be trying to build these groups. They're all going to really try to push all of their resources to win this day with Alex and Sam Ovens. Not to mention, you have Hormozi has 2.2 million followers on Instagram. He has 1.96 million on YouTube. So really by the time you're watching this video, to be honest, it's already too late to take advantage of it, because not only do you have, this guy right here, Mr. Max Parzan. It's funny, I was making this video and he's running ads to push people to a Skool group, which honestly is really smart. But what that tells me, if you're someone that doesn't have a following, if you're someone that doesn't have money, if you're someone that's just really just getting started from scratch, you're competing with these people that have unlimited budgets and massive followings to then push them to, again, their Skool groups to be able to have a chance to talk with Sam and Alex at the Vegas HQ. Now, I want to be clear here. I'm never going to be a person to like discount or, try to put down your hopes and dreams, but I'm just trying to help you guys not try to chase another shiny object, because again, there's so many other people that are already, by the time you're watching this video, even though it was only 2 weeks ago, is social media and news spreads fast. Alex Hormozi already pushed it to his massive email list of millions of people. So people are already on top of this. And the easiest analogy that I can come up with is what is called the California Gold Rush of 1984. If you don't know what this is, I'm not going to make it a massive history lesson, but essentially in 1884, someone struck gold in California. That news spread to newspapers, to multiple other newspapers, and it sent a massive amount of people, 300 to 400,000 people, to California in search of gold so that they can become rich. But just like I said before, there were people that had more money, more time, more resources, the money to not only buy equipment, but also to hire people to do it for them. is those people were already way ahead of them, and they were destined for success because they already had that foundation. Then you had these other people that were in search of the riches that tried to go there, but they got tired too quickly. They didn't have the right equipment. They got there too late because they had to walk themselves over there. But there was also this other subset of really, really smart people that understood that they didn't have the time, money, energy, or resources to try to find the gold. So they started to sell all these miners. They started to sell them shovels. They started to sell them pickaxes. They started to sell them real estate properties. They started to sell them clothes that they needed to use to go out and, mine in these gold mines. So really, just to bring this full circle, this is the new gold rush of 2024. What I'm about to talk to you about is because what we're going to do is we're going to capitalize on all the miners or all the people that are going to try to build their school groups in search of gold, of the wealth, and also being able to meet up with Sam Ovens and Alex Hormozi. And by doing so, do better than 99% of people that are going to try to build the school groups. So here's how it's going to work and how we're going to capitalize on this massive opportunity. So like I said before, and like I've said multiple times, there's going to be thousands of people that are going to start to try to build out their paid communities. And in each market, what's going to happen is they're going to get extremely saturated. So if you think about the main markets that I always talk about, you have fitness coaches, you have people teaching you how to make money online, you have people that are teaching you how to have better relationships, and let's just throw in how to get better at jump roping. I'll just throw that in there. Now there's going to be 1,000 fitness coaches you're going to compete with. There's going to be 1,000 different offers of teaching you how to make money online. There's going to be 1,000 different people teaching you how to have better relationships. So all it's going to do for you is make this extremely saturated. Now, if they do decide to build it in the right way, their business is going to look a little bit something like this. So they're going to create content, or they're going to run advertising, whatever it is, at the top of the funnel to bring them into the community. What they're going to do is sign them up to a low ticket subscription. So this could be anything, on Skool, they're going to pay anywhere from $10 to $99 a month. And then they're going to have a mid-ticket product, which then upsells them into, right? So $297 to $997. And then you have the high ticket membership, which is going to range anywhere from $3,000 to $50,000. So they see the content at the beginning, and then they just basically, it's called the ascension ladder, is they bring them down and down and down into the other different products. Now, here's the massive problem though, is that these people that are building out these school groups they need to fulfill on the product. So if we go back and just show a little sneak peek here, is when they get into the high ticket mentorship, they're going to sell them into that product, but now they have to fulfill that, which comes with things that I put here, one-on-one calls, group calls, managing the clients, things like that. So let's say they pay them $10,000. They now need to fulfill on what that person paid the $10,000 for. So what that means is they stop taking sales calls, and now they cannot bring people into the program. So again, this is our opportunity, and this is where we're going to come in and become their high ticket remote closer. So here's the plan and a more visual representation of what this is going to look like. So like we talked about earlier, we have the content creation and ads where they start. They're going to then ascend into the low ticket subscription. They're going to ascend to the mid ticket. And then we're going to insert ourselves right in here and become their high ticket remote closer and take 10% commissions off of every single sale that we make from the $3,000 to $50,000. There's two reasons why this is going to be massive if you decide to take advantage of this and do this and not try to, again, build out your own school group. Number one is that this traffic is going to be very, 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 very simple to convert into these clients, right? I put it down here. Aaron, there's no way that people are going to pay that much money. The thing is by the time they get to this point, they've already paid them money, right? And there's two psychological things that make this sale right here really, really simple. The first is that if they come and see the content and ads, they're already indoctrinated and they already know, like, and trust the person. At this point, they are going to pay for their thing, right? And what happens is they want to see the result that they were sold. So in order for them to stay consistent in that same thought process is if they buy this and it doesn't really work out for them the best, they're like, okay, I need to justify it to myself that this was the right decision. So I need to buy their next thing and I need to buy their next thing. So that's the first reason. The second reason is because they see success from those things. So if you go, let's say you go to someone and you give them $10 and they turn it into $100. Well, guess what? You're like, well, what happens if I give them $1,000? And what happens if I give them $10,000? So because from the indoctrination, know, like, and trust factor, and just them being able to make their return on their investment, it makes this sale right here really, really simple. So just to keep numbers simple, right? Let's say you're selling a $10,000 product. They're going to make $1,000 every single time you make a sale. If you're selling a $3,000 product, you're going to make, $300 when you make the sale. And if you make, $50,000 sale, then hey, do the math there. You're making $5,000 off of every single sale that you're doing. All right, Aaron, cool. That sounds cool in theory, but how do we actually implement? So here's exactly how you're going to find those businesses. And obviously we're going to use Skool because this is where all these businesses are growing. This is just an example of what you would find on the Skool website. And there are, I mean, thousands of groups. There's millions of users at this point. There's going to be even more over the next couple of weeks, months, years of Skool being out. So all you're going to do is you're going to find a business that resonates with you. So if you like jump rope, if you like weight loss, if you like fitness, if you like making money, if you like crypto, if you like AI, right? There's so many different examples of businesses. And if you look at these, all of these people have programs that they're selling. If they're ever going to want to get to a point where they're making a good amount of money within the business, they are going to need to hire an appointment setter and a closer, and you can be the person to take those calls off their plate and make money while doing it. So what you're going to do is you're going to find a group that seems like it could be super helpful for you. And then you're going to go to the members tab in the group. Keep in mind, some are free and some are paid. So, there could be that argument of, anyone that's in the paid group are probably people that are making more money, right? Because they are willing to invest themselves. So, maybe you do invest $39 a month to get into a group where there are other like-minded people that you could remote close for. But, let's say you did start off on the free one, is you want to go into this group and you would just click on it. And then you join the group, right? And then you should be able to chat to people. Sometimes in these groups, they can turn it to where you can't chat with people. So you can either chat with them directly on this page, or all you're going to do is just find their contact info on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. You just literally, if you look at this, right, you can see that Pris Wilson is an admin, admin, moderator, admin. So you would just find all these people. You would go to any of these other social media websites, and you would shoot them a message. And it's going to look something like this. Hey, name, I was checking out your group on Skool. Love what you guys have been posting, and definitely a mission I can get behind. I was wondering if you're currently looking for closers to help sell your high ticket offers. If so, let me know where I can apply. I work on commission basis only, so you only have to pay me if I can close the deals. Let me know what you think. Thanks, Aaron. Now, there's a lot of different ways you can make this better. This is just a copy and paste that you can, go out there and put it. I would definitely say the more that you can customize this, especially if it's something that you are actually interested in, I would recommend doing that. Another tip that we've talked about a lot is doing something called a 1-minute video. So you would basically take out your phone, you would film a video, basically just introducing yourself for a minute, hence the 1-minute video. And what's going to happen is that builds a lot more trust, and it shows that you go the extra mile to show your personality to the person on the other end. And I would say that is going to 300, 400x your ability to get an appointment to become their setter, or, their appointment setter or closer, because you are just, again, taking that extra step and showing your personality in that message. Now, the next logical step is, how do I actually apply for these companies? Well, if you click the video that's on screen right now, I put together an entire 15 to 20 minute video that goes way more in depth of not only how to shoot a 1-minute video, how to find more of these applications, but the questions that you're going to ask to make sure that you land the position and start to make money from this. And also down below in the description below is a more condensed version of this entire remote closing thing, all condensed into about a 15-20 minute video, so you can get started a lot quicker than a ton of the videos here on this YouTube channel. So that being said, click the video on screen or down in the description below. See you on the inside.